Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next of our Transformers reviews, and today we have Legacy Motormaster. This review might be a bit rushed because I don't have a lot of recording time, so we are just going to get straight into it. First impressions, this is a fantastic figure. I was really lucky to get him at retail price because he just got in stock at BBTS, so if you haven't gotten the chance, or if you hadn't gotten him yet, I'd recommend that. And let's talk about the aesthetics of this truck mode. Oh, he was just completely bowed out. These really shouldn't move out. Well, I mean, I guess they shouldn't be as easy to move as they are. Oh, he came out of the trailer. These shouldn't be as easy to move as they are because they kind of hold up the whole truck mode. But I see why they do move. He rolls quite well, as all of the stunticons have. Ignore me in the... Well, I guess that's the obligatory camera fall out of the way. Ignore me in the camera there. Hi. Don't look at me from now on. But yeah, Decepticon symbol here, and the stripe is interrupted. Let's talk about why that is. This is where the knee joint is in the combine mode. So they can't paint that because it'll be way too easy to chip. Like I could rub it, and if my nail even touches it, it'll fall off. It'll chip off. This here is a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world, and the trailer is a bit short, but I don't mind it, honestly. I think it looks pretty cool. And the cab on its own, very menacing. Haha, funny. And while we're talking about having them separated, this can... Oh my gosh, the dogs outside are being real annoying. I think they stopped. This thing has a flip-out stand so that the trailer can stand on its own. It does not hold up too well under any sort of pressure, but it's there. Now, I'm not going to go into base mode or combine mode. Actually, no, I'll go into combine mode. I'm not going into base mode because that will take too long. But I am going to show you his accessories real quick. So we're going to move him off to the side and split this trailer in half. And there you have his sword pegged in like that. The sword has a little 5mm hole there, and then it'll peg in for easy storing. Now we're going to leave this split in half for now, and look at the very nice sword. Obviously it's an awkward height and length. It's an awkward size just because they tried to make it usable for both Menasor and Motormaster, and it ended up being too big for Motormaster, too small for Menasor. I mean, no, actually, come to think of it, this one fits pretty well for both of them, but I'm still mad about Armada Prime's gun. So we are going to move this off to the side, and you know what, we might as well get the trailer mode all split up for now, so just for later. Actually, you know what, yeah, we'll do this later. So, going to plug these back together. There you go. Now, let's bring in Motormaster himself. There's a gap here. I'm not the biggest fan of this gap. That annoys me a bit. Or these white panels here, but it's fine. Otherwise, the truck mode looks fantastic. And you can't really see any of his parts, other than, of course, the shoulder joints here and kind of the head. If you look real close, you can see the head there. But let's get down to transforming him. So to start, you will pull up on these panels here, then pull them outward, fold them down, and then we're going to bring these panels up. Yep, come on, up and outward, up and outward. Then this part's a bit precarious, but actually no, we're going to fold the feet down first. Little note, to get these out is really difficult when he's in robot mode, so I'm really glad they added this thing where these can push outward to give you enough room to get your fingers in there, and that is really nice. And I know that's not what these are dedicated for. These are meant to hold the shoulder joints, or these are meant to form the shoulder joints in combine mode, or like the locking point for the shoulders, which is fine, but it also makes it possible to transform his wheels without nails. So now we're going to fold those in, and this part can be a little finicky. Just pull those out. They don't actually hinge out, you just have to pull them out. so it's a bit precarious. But you're going to just bring the whole front of the truck forward, which you'll notice here that there's not a lot of, there's not a lot to this truck. It's kind of just, this is his arms, this is his legs, and then his body's just stuffed in the middle. Now, the leg transformation is the most complex part because his legs are pretty much the main thing of the truck. So we're going to start off with pulling this section to the side, rotating it, and revealing another truck, which is kind of hilarious when you think about it, which is a nice homage to the G1 toy. Fold this panel in and to the side, bring this down, and it'll tab into the knee to form like this weird knee pad thing. These panels you're just going to fold down, and then I will do the other one off camera. Little note for when you transform him is that you want these to be facing up. So what you really want to do here that I haven't done for some reason, let me fix his legs. When you transform him, that I stopped doing for some reason, is rotating his waist around and then rotate. What? No. You. Oof. Okay, I figured it out because I got confused here. You're going to when you transform him, you're going to bring his legs forward and then back, then rotate, and then it'll be in position with these holes facing up because that's where something tabs in. But you also want these pins facing forward. Whoa, focus, jeez, it focuses on the sun in the background a bit too much. Yes. Then we are going to, this part's a bit difficult, but you're going to push his arm up in an attempt to untap it from the truck bed. See, this part's difficult. Maybe if I pull on this. No, I'm going to do this off camera too because I don't want to waste time. There we go, we get those out. Then we fold them down, tab them into place. Flip out his hands. Then straighten out his head because otherwise this next step won't work. Flip the bed around. Or no, first, actually, rotate this part forward. Flip the bed over his head, and it'll tab into his back. And that's Legacy Motormaster in his robot mode. Oh my, is he a beautiful figure. I have to have him slumped over because he has weird posture sometimes. There we go. He does not have heels. That's an important thing to mention. He has a backpack and no heels. So, yeah, sometimes you have to make him stand a bit strange to get it to work. Now we can give him his sword, obviously, which is really cool. Now, I'm not going to tell you about the base mode because the base mode is really dumb, honestly. So, just look at another review if you want to see that. But very cool sword. You can get him into some really nice sword poses, especially with that he has the fabled transformation wrist B. Therefore, he can point his sword forward slightly or forward a lot if you don't mind having this gap here, which is really nice to see on a bot with a big sword. Take notes, darn mold, because it really sucks that Bludgeon doesn't seem to have a downward wrist. Now, articulation, the head. Also, let's just talk about the head. Look at him. That's really cool. I only have... Jeez, this light in the background is not helping. I only have 10 minutes left to record. This review's not going to go swimmingly. I might have to do a second part to this for the combined part. Now, head 360, no up or down, but none of the... I don't think any of the stunticons have had that. I didn't go over the packaging. Let me do that real quick. Boom. Really nice art on the front. We have Breakdown, Wild Rider, and Drag Strip. Unless that... Yeah, that's Wild Rider. Again, dead end, nowhere to be found, which is interesting. Now we have the incomplete Menasor on this side. That probably says Motormaster. Yeah, that says Motormaster. Then this is really nice art. On the back you have this image, very large image. Then there's the base mode, if you were wondering what it looked like. It kind of sucks. Then the art here. And that is the only interesting parts of the packaging. Bringing him back in. Articulation. The shoulders move out that far and do 360, which can get hindered by the backpack, but it's not too terrible. If you really want to, you can use this as a shoulder joint. Or, actually, he does have a butterfly joint due to transformation, so I am just now realizing that he has that, which is really cool. You can get him in the arm cross pose. So yeah, I didn't even realize that he had that until now. But yeah, Legacy Motormaster has a butterfly joint. Full waist rotation, legs ratchet forward, and the knees bend forward a lot, so sometimes that can be an issue. And back, all the way out, and outward ratchet movement, or ratcheted outward movement this time around. Also, wrist rotation, just so you know it's there, and slightly under 90 elbow bend. Bicep rotation. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee-ish. Yeah, double jointed knee. You have an ankle tilt and sort of like a swivel, but not a lot you can do with it. And then that is it for his articulation. Now, I'm just going to give you a second to take a good look at him because of how cool he looks. His knee pads are a bit much, and his legs are a bit disproportionate, but, I mean, look at him. Now, we will toss in his stunticon bros. Forget I ever said that. His fellow stunticons here. The ones that I have at least. We have drag strip and dead end. Both here, and they are shaping up to be a really, really cool set. Now we will move them off to the side and go to our standard size comparisons. Here he is with Core Class Ironhide for his Core Class scale. Here he is with Power of the Primes Punch for his Deluxe scale. Here he is with Siege Impactor for a small Voyager. Here he is with Legacy Tarn for an average height Voyager. As you can see, he is the height of the average Voyager. Here he is with the Studio Series Voyager. So, big guy. Him off. And now, let's talk about his... And I'm not going to show him with the Commander, or with the Combiner Shelf, because you'll see him up there soon enough. We're going to move him off to the side, and we're going to talk about his trailer. There's lots of stuff you can do with this. So first, you're going to split it, like I mentioned earlier. Then, you're going to bring this piece up, these two pieces, technically. Then you're going to split them, and do this big rotation. Next, you're going to bring this down and tab all of these different segments together. Next, we're going to split this in half like that. This will be like that. Then, we are going to split these both segments in half and take this piece out. Then split this one in half as well. This one can be a bit difficult. Then we are going to take this, and this can become a gun for Menasor. Like that. Or... what the instructions tell you it is part of this to create a cannon armament thing for Menasor to use, which that part doesn't get integrated into combine mode, so we're just going to put that off to the side. And now, here is the arm. Now, to do the arms, you flip this out, bring these down, and fold them up like that, then split them like that, and I'm not going to combine anyone until we get the full Menasor set. And there you have the arm, then you do the same thing for this one. Make sure that when you do this split, you have this wheel bowed out. Otherwise, it will get caught and possibly break. And that is the last thing you want on this $80 to $200 figure, because some people are out of their freaking minds with the price of this thing. Next up, how to do the legs. You push this out from the back, bring it down, and then fold this part out. Then bring the knee up, and that's leg. This part is very easy, so I will also do the second one. Ignore the voices outside that may or may not be in my head, and you guys may or may not be able to hear them. Next, the chest and thighs. Listen to this, by the way. This is so loud. Those are the thigh ratchets. They are ridiculous. Now, rotate this piece up and swivel the waist around. And there you have the chest and thighs. Now, to combine all of it is rather simple. You can only do the legs right now, so tab the legs in, or slot them in whichever way, because they have tabs. That will show you which leg they go into. I don't understand why they have that. Maybe it's just to keep them in more securely. But it also does indicate which side they go in. And there's that. I'm going to need a bigger camera. Now we have to transform Motormaster himself. And to do this, we are going to take, let me get rid of that notification, this, and compress it fully and put it against his stomach. Then, I'm just going to point this out now because I'm going to do a bit about it. To take his head out, you fold that part back, and to bring this all up. And then you rotate it, or no, you don't rotate it, and then that'll be his head. I'm going to do the funny. I'm going to do the funnies, so I'm not going to be doing that. Next, bring the arms up and transform them. So you're going to fold in his wrists naturally. Use the butterfly joints and bend his wrists so that they can tab in very, very badly, honestly. Like, these tab in really stupidly. Those are supposed to... Sorry about the interruption, but now these don't tab in very well at all, so you're going to have to deal with that. And then the legs can be a good bit of annoyance. Just going to, you're going to rotate the waist, and then sort of open this up and compress the legs in, then close it, and it won't stay closed. You just got to hold it there until you tab it in right there, which can be difficult, and I don't know why I got it first try all of a sudden. But hey, I guess that is just pure luck. I'm going to do the second one off camera because these always fight me. There we go. Now it's just the simple steps of folding these down. You're going to notice me speeding up a bit here. Folding these down. Come on. These never work. And folding those sides down. Now to combine him with the main body. I'm now using YOLO Park Optimus's box as a stand. So we're going to compress this into here. Fold these up. Then slot the arms over his shoulders. In doing this, you end up with a very menacing, sort of skeleton-esque picture of what Menasor is going to look like. There's also a thing in the back here that you have to tab in. And I am now out of time. Do all the stuff like comment and subscribe. I especially appreciate when you comment. As it shows me care to comment on the video. Until the next one.